topics and opinions expressed in the following show are solely those of the host and their guests and not those of W4CY Radio, its employees, or affiliates. We make no recommendations or endorsements for radio show programs, services, or products mentioned on air or on our web. No liability, explicit or implied, shall be extended to W4CY Radio or its employees or affiliates. Any questions or comments should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for choosing W4CY Radio.
Welcome to Mindset Marketing Mastery, the show that brings you the top speakers in the marketing and video industry. With your host, Marie Mason.
Oh, I'm dancing again, Cheryl. How are y'all doing?
You're bopping away, hopping and bopping on the bunny trail.
Oh,
hello.
Gosh. Can you believe it's Easter almost around the corner? Oh, my
April
gosh.
1st.
Yeah, and no joke on that. It's really no April Fool's joke. It really is.
Really is. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Marketing Mindset Mastery.
Oh, how are you doing, everybody? We are so excited for today, aren't we, Cheryl?
You're always excited.
I've got lots of going on.
Perpetual excitement. We like that. Energy is good. Energy is good.
Exactly. I'm hoping it's a catching energy, one that's like a positive one that catches on. So
I'm sure it is.
So we got so much fun to go.
What are we going to do today? What are we doing today?
Well, we first have to welcome everybody. So welcome everybody if we haven't done that already. So yeah, and welcome back to the Marketing Mindset Mastery Radio Show, and which is your host Marie Mason and Cheryl, our co-host Cheryl Bronstein.
That would be me.
Most lovely and talented creative muse. So remember that she's a creative muse. So anyway, oh my gosh, I am so bubbling with excitement. I can't keep still. That's sort of the way even though I actually had one sad thing happen this week. I had to bury a friend today. And that is not an April Fool's joke either, just so you know. But she was 61. She was a dear, sweet lady. And she was only like 8 years older than me. And she found out she had something serious going on in her health on Thursday. And by Sunday, she was gone. And I was like it was totally sudden. It was not something
she didn't know anything before Thursday?
Yeah, it was that quick. So you
Holy
never know.
Mackerel.
And I can't get into details because I don't want to, hurt anyone's feelings or share names or anything like that and keep the privacy of the family. But our condolences to her family go out, and it's local to Charlottesville, Virginia. So for those who are in the Charlottesville area or knew of the person I'm speaking of, our condolences from W4CY.com, Marketing Mindset Mastery, and Kelly Marie Mason, and everybody here. So we definitely are praying for you guys and lifting you up in our prayers for this coming season while you're dealing with your loss, because it's not something that's easy to deal with, but it's something that's part of life. So she left an imprint on all of our lives. So that's a good legacy. That's a good legacy. She was a good woman too. Good, honest woman, and never met a stranger. So so anyway, but
61 seems like a baby to me. That's young.
I know.
That's very young.
So here's my thing. Just get over those grudges and fix those friendships and relationships, and just make sure you guys stay in touch with people on a regular basis, because you just never know. So that's my sad truth for today, and unfortunately it's not trying to make light of something, but I'm just trying to deal with it. So my head's not totally in the game, but I'm excited about today's show. So let's go forward with that, because I'm going to digress and wish I hadn't. So anyway,
progress.
Yeah, we want progress. We want to have positive. So, but like I said, death is part of life, and it's a cycle of life. And just like in, what was it, The Lion King? The cycle of life. Anyway,
circle of life.
That's it. That's the one I was trying to remember.
That's not quite the tune, but
we won't get into that one. But anyway, maybe another show. Maybe another. I knew the Disney Galaxy. Probably
feel the love tonight.
There you go. That's a better song. Anyway, but I love your singing voice. That's awesome. So we'll have to have some singing contests on this show sometime.
I always wish I was a singer, a real singer, like a real, like could really. I can sing, but get on stage.
I've had people sit there and ask me about singing on the show, and I have not thought about it until recently. So we'll have to talk about that afterwards.
Singing on the show.
Yeah, we can have a singing contest. Yeah, sing along.
Do a bouncing ball.
I don't know. We'll talk to Rebel afterwards. She's probably
She'll love us for that.
She is probably cracking up right about now.
She's probably going, no, no bouncing balls. No.
Okay, I am cracking up. So anyway, all right.
Well, listen, we should probably
go forward tonight. We're going to go do a quick little babble here. I wasn't planning on getting a morbid talk at the beginning, but tonight. Well, I mean, like I said, it's part of life, you know.
Kind.
So, and I was trying to be as encouraging in that department as possible.
No, it's lovely.
Sweet lady, and she will be sorely missed. She was a teacher and worked at State Farm and did all sorts of amazing things with her church. So she's a wonderful, wonderful mom and an example of being a Christian person. So yeah, loving Christian person. So, so anyway, long story short, let's go forward, and we are celebrating the 52nd show. I know we celebrated 52 weeks ago, but the 52nd show is extra important because it's the year-long show. We have done this on the radio for 1 solid year. To me, that's a milestone.
It is a milestone. And yeah, absolutely. It's a milestone. Congratulations. I wasn't here, but congratulations, Marie, for your 1 year. Woo!
I can't believe it. That's impressive. So yeah.
I had a toot. I lost my tutor.
Oh,
here it is. 1 year. Oh,
that's cool. See, we love having fun on this show.
Happy anniversary.
Thank you. And you too, because you're part of the show, even if you came at the tail end. So you were a guest on the show since May, and we didn't start until April of last year. So technically, you've been with us throughout the whole time. You just haven't been on every episode. So there you go.
Not everyone, but
no, you've been aware of it most of the time. So that's cool. So anyway,
so what are we going to do for the 1 year anniversary?
We're bringing back Who Wants to Be a Marketing Master. We're bringing back the game show, and we have
sort of like, in case anybody didn't get it, it's kind of like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Yes,
where they ask the questions and you can win $1 million. Well, we don't have $1 million, but we've got something that's like worth $1 million that we're giving away.
Prizes.
Heart value.
I'm going to share one prize, and then you can share your prize, and we each going to contribute a prize tonight.
I don't have a prize.
You're not going to. Okay, so I'll just do the prize, and it'll be for both people. So I'm going to I'm launching my Business Academy. Finally, it's been 3 years in the making, and I'm super excited to launch it on April 1st. So that's really extra exciting, right before Easter. So it is live. It's ready to go. I think I'm going to make a few little tweaks, and so certain things are visible. So I'm sorry. I'm still learning a new software. Anyone can relate to me learning softwares? Oh my gosh, it takes some time, but it's generally ready to go. So for those who want to participate, we're going to have the link on it later on. But let me give you a quick little snapshot and summary of what you're going to get. So we offer business courses for entrepreneurs who are stuck on creating an effective process so that they can create their own business model, which, when you're in business, you need to have a model to be able to work with. When you're by yourself, when you're with another company, they have business models that you could just follow. You get to create your own. So as a business coach, I actually coach entrepreneurs to change their thought processes, business strategy, and work with the leaders to achieve better results with their business performance. By working with me, you'll be overcoming the fear of failure and procrastination and have a clear business strategy to help you create a customized business model so that you can reach the next level in your business. And all students that are in my beta testing group now are loving the program, and some of them are getting really good results with paid clients already. And they've been in 3 or 4 months into the business already, and we can help you achieve those results too. So we actually offer podcasts, worksheets, a mastermind group coaching session. We also offer laser focus calls, which is just one-on-one with a deep dive to solve a problem that you're struggling with. And you also get to join our Facebook group, and we also have other bonuses as well. So that's it in the nutshell. It is normally a $497 offer for a 3 months course. We also are going to be launching this summer a $997 lifetime offer for all 4 modules, which will be released throughout the year. So that's in the process of being designed. And literally, for those who are listening today and they answer questions from our little session today and they answer it correctly, I will be picking 2 people to be getting this for free. So, if they go, I'm going to give them I'm gonna actually I have a link for it, but what I'm going to do is I'm gonna have them actually uh, email me instead because I need to give them a code to be able to get in for free. So if you guys win, you're going to just actually go to marievmason@gmail.com, put in the subject line winner of your course, and then your name and contact information so that I can give you the code to get in for free. I think that's the easiest way to go about that. Don't you think, Cheryl? I mean, for this for simplicity's sake. Did I lose you?
Yes. No, I muted while you were speaking, so
Oh, okay.
that you could have
Yeah.
the floor.
Oh,
Yeah, I think that's probably the easiest way because you need to get in touch with them and
right.
Mhm.
I need to give them and it's simpler than trying to give them the link because if I give them the link, then it's going to be one that's going to charge them something. So I'd rather give you a code to be able to get on there. So just email me at marievmason@gmail.com.
What a
And
wonderful prize.
yes, and
Very
so there'll be
generous.
2 lucky winners. Yes. And you get to
2,
join our beta group
2,
too. So yeah.
2.
Yeah, 2 lucky winners, so that'll be great. So anyway, and that's a high value price too. That's awesome. So my next thing is, Cheryl, would you like to do the review the contest rules and
Wait a minute. Is it bring up
yeah,
the
are
contest
you got
rules.
it? You got it?
Where
It's
are
on blue underneath my underneath the prize thing.
Okay, here we are. The
Yes.
contest rules. We will ask a multiple choice question at the start of the segment, each segment of the show. The audience will type in the answer in the chat. Now, pay attention. We might give you hints throughout the show. We might actually give you the answer more than a hint. We'll announce the winners at the end of the show and the prize that they've won. Tell them what they won, Johnny. They must be present. You must be present to win, watching us live as it happens to win. The first prize is Marie's new business course, valued at $497, and that includes 3 months of a mastermind coaching group for free. And the second prize is Marie's new business course, priced at $497. That includes 3 months of a mastermind coaching group for free. And they can just email Marie at libertyvirtualsolutions.com. That's Marie, Marie, at libertyvirtualsolutions.com. And put in the subject line April 1st show winner.
Yep.
April 1st show winner. So now we can ask the question, right?
That's right. Do you want to ask it? It
All
doesn't
right.
matter. Either one of us can ask it. I don't really worry about it. Okay, go for it.
Here is the question. Now remember, you want to type the answer in the chat. What is the difference between marketing strategy versus marketing tactics? We talked about this, I think 2 shows ago.
Yeah,
or was it last?
It was a few shows ago. Yeah, 2 or 3 shows ago.
The difference between marketing strategy versus marketing tactics. And here is your multiple choice answer to choose from. A, telling it like it is and selling to someone. B, acting innocent and playing hopscotch. C, creating a plan and how to accomplish it. Or D, talking about yourself and acting goofy.
Of course, that might be the latter one.
Which one are we asking them to describe? Marketing tactics?
It's a combination because the
question was, what is the difference?
There's 2 choices. Oh, that's true. I guess
what is the difference? So are we having them say what is marketing tactics?
Yeah, marketing tactics or marketing strategy. Because what I have it designed, maybe I guess I've worded it wrong.
I think the question isn't clear. So what is marketing strategy and tactics? Is that what we want to say?
What is marketing strategy and tactics? This is what I get for staying up late and writing it.
Ask it in the form of a question. What is marketing strategy and marketing tactics? A,
correct.
Telling it like it is and selling it to someone. B, acting all innocent and playing hopscotch. C, creating a plan and how to accomplish it. Or D, talking about yourself and acting goofy.
Yeah,
that's it. C, if you know which question you see as the answer.
Okay, Cheryl. It's time to bring up our guest, I think.
But type it in the chat.
Yes,
type it in the chat.
We'll be picking winners throughout the show, so you know. So the next, who is our guest? Would you like to bring him up?
I would love to bring him up. Today, I want to ask you, would you like to be able to create beautiful, engaging social media in just 5 minutes a day? Yes, please. Our next guest will tell us how. It is David Trotter, who is a business growth consultant and host of the Inspiration Rising podcast. He's the founder of Rise Up Creatives, and he helps business owners create great social media and not spend hours doing it. Welcome, David Trotter. Welcome to the show.
Thanks so much, Cheryl and Marie. It's great to be with you guys.
Yeah, I bet you're probably laughing back there when we were having fun up there.
You guys have too much fun on here.
Oh, we love having fun. Otherwise, what's the point? So anyway, and I hope this is a good this game show actually.
Oops,
it's probably a good lead-in for out of marketing as well.
That is true. That is absolutely true.
So, how did you come about doing that?
How did I come about? You broke up there a minute, so I just want to make sure I got the question.
How did you become? How did you fall into doing marketing? How was that process?
Well, I have a unique path. I actually came out of seminary and became a pastor, and so I was a pastor for over 10 years, and I utilized a lot of communication tools, marketing tools in order to grow churches. I was in kind of the realm of church planting, which is where you start a church from scratch with just a few people. And so you figure out, well, how can you grow this community? And I utilized a lot of marketing strategies to do that. And for people that aren't familiar with that kind of whole line of work, it's actually really entrepreneurial. When you start with just a handful of people and you seek to grow an organization, it can be, everything from obviously the weekend services to hiring staff to communicating with the local community. How do you get people there? It's just quite a bit of an entrepreneurial effort. But unfortunately, I was a workaholic over the course of those 10 years in ministry. And so about 12, 13 years ago, I had a rock bottom experience where I just burned out. And I decided that I needed to make a transition to something that was a bit more healthy for me and my family. And so I started a marketing business to help companies, new businesses here in the Southern California area get started with their brands and their websites and social media and so forth. And I've done that over the last 12, 13 years. It's been a 6-figure business. But I wanted to continue to make a difference in the world. And so I ended up kind of falling into filmmaking in the process.
Oh,
I did a lot of work in front of the camera as a speaker, but not necessarily behind the camera as a director or producer. But I wanted to make a difference specifically in the lives of orphans in India. I had gone to India about 9 or 10 times doing humanitarian work. And so a buddy and I got together and hired a cinematographer, and we spent 2 weeks in a certain area of India that a lot of orphans. And so we highlighted 25 orphans living alongside a railway. And how did we do that?
No, I said, wow.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's absolutely incredible. We really hung out with them for a couple of weeks and even spent the night on the streets with them one night, which was absolutely the craziest night of sleep in my life, or lack of sleep, I should say. But that film ended up getting picked up for distribution and was on Netflix for 2 years, 2012 to 2014, and ended up going back to my distributor and asked him if I could do a documentary on sex trafficking in the United States. And that film did very well. And I've done 4 films on social justice issues. But around late 2018, I told my wife I was really wanting to make a difference on more of a day-to-day basis rather than a year-to-year basis, because films take so long to produce and get out into the world. And so we talked about me moving more in the direction of consulting and coaching because of my entrepreneurial background, not only with ministry and movies, but and marketing and other things that I had done. And so the podcast was, part of that. And of course, she said, well, who would this be for? And I said, I feel like the group of people, as I look back over 25 years, that has most resonated with my work has primarily been women for whatever reason, kind of in the 30 to 50 year age category. And so I started Inspiration Rising, the podcast. a couple years ago to feature female entrepreneurs and leaders. And we've had over, I think, 190 episodes, and have also been doing coaching and consulting alongside of that, just helping people, specifically female entrepreneurs, but to start and grow and scale their businesses. So it's a unique path for sure.
We'll definitely have to talk and maybe get on talk about that afterwards too, about being on the podcast. So trade places on that. So, but
David, you have such a beautiful voice.
Yes, you do,
can
David.
Tell, obviously, you have a background as a speaker. Being on stage, it just shows, and you're so easy to listen to.
Yeah, I think
thank you.
Was that also because of your pastoring as well? Because you developed that skill set from doing that?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say when I was coming out of college that I was like a natural at speaking. I mean, my first few messages up on, stage were not so good. My daughter actually, my daughter's actually 21, and she's a senior finishing up her degree in religion, going to the same school where my wife and I went. And so she was taking a preaching class. And so she just gave her first sermon, but it wasn't in front of a class. It was via Zoom because they're all online. And I have a cassette tape of my first sermon when I was 18, and I need to pull it out of storage and let her listen to it, because I was like, you are definitely way better than I was. But like anything, it takes a lot of work and feedback and practice. And, I've spoken hundreds of times now in front of big audiences. And so it's fun. It's enjoyable.
Yeah, as long as you enjoy it, I can see it's definitely a passion of yours. So we have a first question for you, because you have an amazing topic, and then we have to go to a quick commercial break, and then we'll have to come back and finish up with him. So sorry we took so long at the beginning, but the first question I'd like for you to ask before we go to commercial break is, how do you stand out and save time on social media? And I guess that will lead into what are the biggest challenges that most business owners face when it comes to social media?
Yeah. Well, most business owners, the greatest challenge, if they're not used to, promoting their business on social media, is imposter syndrome, feeling like, man, who am I to talk about this online? This is isn't it for people that are like influencers or experts or something like that? And so just helping them get over that feeling of not being enough. And so going, no. How much do you know? How much do you have experience in this area? And we walk through that. And then ultimately they realize, wow, I'm quite a few steps ahead of the average person, or the person that's your ideal client. I go, great, you're way ahead of your ideal client. So you are an expert, and so we really help them embrace that truth. And the second is just knowing what to post. Okay, I'm ready to post. Now, what do I post? Do I just post about my business, my products and services every single day? Is that what I post? And it's like, no, there's a strategy to it. There's a process. And then ultimately, probably the third thing that most business owners struggle with is consistency, because most people didn't get into business to be marketers. They got into business to do whatever it is that they like doing. And unfortunately, when you get into business, you really have just gotten into the business of marketing. Like, that is your business. Yes, you deliver a service or a product, but ultimately you're a marketer, because without a market, without people that want to buy your product, you don't have much. So those are some of the challenges that they face for sure.
And you're going to be bringing up more good tidbits on the second half of the show, so y'all need to stick around for that, because we actually got to go to commercial break. So let me go ahead and bring us into this commercial break, and then we will go and continue. David's definitely agreed to stick around for the second half, and he's going to talk more about that. So he's going to talk about more valuable tips on how to grow your business through marketing and your business, and specifically for social media, correct? Am I right on target, I hope? So make sure that you go on to stick around, because we also have the answers to the question 1, and we have another question 2. So you can also take advantage of his 7-day free trial, which is Rise Up at Creatives. And we will talk about that on the second half of the show as well. And he can give you more information on that. And In the meantime, that ends this segment of the show. You're listening to the Marketing Mindset Mastery Radio Show with your host, Marie Mason, and co-host Cheryl Bernstein. We'll be right back, and we're going to a commercial break now.
We're taking a short break, and we'll be right back. You're listening to Marketing Mindset Mastery, the show that brings you the top speakers in the marketing and video industry, with your host, Marie Mason. The show is brought to you by Liberty Virtual Solutions. We work with business coaches and speakers to help them market and host their webinars and upsell their coaching programs and develop heart-centered relationships with their audience. Welcome back to the Marketing Mindset Mastery Show with your host, Marie Mason, a premier podcast that helps you master your marketing skills.
All right. Keep loving that beat. So anyway, welcome back, everybody, to the Marketing Mindset Mastery Radio Show with your host, Marie Mason, and co-host Cheryl Bernstein.
Hello.
And our guest, David Trotter, who is doing an amazing job. And he is going to be talking more about specifically about how to stand out and save time on social media and lots of tips and tricks. So we did not have a winner for the first segment. I'm hoping we have a winner for the second segment. So let's go on with the second question first, Cheryl, if you would like to do the honors.
I don't see where that is.
Oh my gosh. I know I did. I don't know if I messed it up.
I did not see a second question.
Well, then maybe what we could do is just come up with a question. Maybe you could come up with a question. I had one in there. I don't know what did with it. This is what happens.
What anniversary is this today?
Yes.
For Marketing Mindset Mastery Radio. It is the 10th anniversary. B, it is the first anniversary, 52 weeks. Or C, it is the 100th anniversary, centennial. A, B, or C.
There you go. So if y'all can't get this because we gave a clue earlier, then I don't know what to say about that one. So that was a good one. So let's make sure we bring up David. And David, let's go ahead and ask him the next question. Cheryl, would you like to do the honors of asking him the next question?
I am very interested and intrigued by what we talked about in your intro and how to do and create wonderful, engaging social media in just 5 minutes a day. How do you do that? Because you can I know that I can get, lost for hours trying to make stuff and post it and all that,
Absolutely. The number one key is to have a plan, because a lot of people get up in the morning, even as business owners, and go, I'm going to get right into work. Maybe they'll scroll through social media and be thinking, oh, I need to post something. And then around noon, they'll have lunch and go, oh, I need to get, I got to get my, message out to the world. I need to post something. And by that time, for most people, it's too late, right? They haven't planned ahead. And so that's one of the reasons why at Rise Up Creatives, we help our members plan a whole month in advance to plan 31 days of content. Once you plan ahead, that gets you saving time right away. The second thing that we do at Rise Up Creatives is we actually provide lifestyle photography. Many of the people that are our clients are coaches, consultants, photographers, people that have some sort of personal brand that's attached to their brand. So they are the face of the brand. So what we do to help them is provide them with 31 lifestyle images every month and 31 customizable captions. And those customizable captions are kind of a fill in the blank to work for really any business, because we write them in such a way that they would work for any business. And so if somebody only has 5 minutes a day, they can grab a photo of the day and they can grab the caption, fill in the blanks, and it literally only takes 5 minutes. Now, if they want to take it to the next level, right, they plan ahead. First of all, I'm going to tell you, this is the strategy. If you're planning 31 days in advance, the first thing you want to think about is what are the holidays that are going to be coming up in the month, because the holidays are not moving, right? Those are just dead set targets. You can leverage that holiday to be connected to your business somehow. Like, let's just say we've got Easter coming up. And you could either tie the holiday into your business, or you could just somehow share about your own life in connected to the holiday, so that they would know you more and like you more and trust you more because you're sharing about your business. So that's the first step, is you're planning ahead for the month. Number one, pull off those holidays and go, when do you want to post there? The second thing, though, as you're planning ahead, is you want to choose the days where you're doing some sort of promotion, some sort of launch. And this launch could be a course. It could be like Marie's got coming up. It could be, highlighting that course, and this is the day we're going to launch that. It could also be something like you appeared on a podcast and you want to share about that on a particular day. So you're kind of launching that episode into your, ecosystem of social media. The other could be a lead magnet, something that's a freebie, something you want to give away. So let's just say you want to give away a lead magnet on a Thursday. So you mark that on your Thursday, and of course you'll want to do that for each one of the weeks. You probably don't want to launch something more than 2 to 4 times a month in terms of a big promotion. So let's say you have a Thursday. That's step 2. Step 3 is to denote the days leading up to that launch. So rather than just kind of posting about whatever you want and then boom, all of a sudden you've got this promotion, you actually can spend the previous 3 days building up to it. So let's just say that you've got a lead magnet on mindset, something about positive mindset. Well, on Monday, you could have a quote, an inspirational quote about a mindset, and say, hey, by the way, I've got something special coming on Thursday. Tuesday, you could have perhaps it could be about why you're so passionate about mindset, you personally, and say, hey, P.S., on Thursday, don't forget, I've got a free download that you're going to really love. Wednesday, you could then post perhaps a testimonial of somebody that you've worked with that is talking about how you had impacted their mindset. They go, hey, tomorrow I've got a free resource called da-da-da-da-da, and you don't want to miss it, right? So now we've carved out all the holidays. We've carved out all the launch promo days, the days you're going to promote something, and then you've denoted a few days leading up to that launch promo that you're kind of ramping people up. Then for the rest of the days of the month, those are opportunities to kind of fill in. And what we do is we actually teach people 7 different categories, kind of the top 7 categories that we see people having success with in posting to increase know, like, and trust. Know, like, and trust, meaning you want your followers to know you, like you, and trust you in order for them to say yes to whatever it is that you're offering.
Awesome.
I hope you've paid attention. David just gave you an entire year of what to do with your social media. Thank you so much.
And do you have like a calendar you use for it? I mean, or is there like a software you use for that to post it ahead of time?
Well, it's 2 different questions. One is a calendar, and we actually provide our subscribers with both a paper calendar, a PDF that has a special layout just for the kind of the way that we approach social media. And we also provide that to them in a digital format on a Google Sheet. And so we provide that for them at the beginning of each month. And then our platform, when people create social media on our platform, Rise Up Creatives, they actually can post directly to Facebook, directly to Instagram, or they can post through Buffer. So we have a special partnership with Buffer. I personally utilize for our business, even though we have a relationship with Buffer, some people love it, I prefer Hootsuite. And so we utilize Hootsuite to post all of our things at Inspiration Rising.
Okay, cool. Well, that's good to know.
And I just want to say, if you're not familiar with the terms David is using, I'm sure that if you worked with him, you'd know him very soon.
Yeah, definitely. So we've been going over quite a lot of good juicy details, and we got a few more questions for you. So the question I have,
I would love to know one.
Okay, go for it.
How do you turn a follower on social media into a customer, a client? How do you do that?
Yeah. Well, the first thing you have to know is, who is your ideal client? Who is that person that you want to work with, right? Who is that dream customer? And once you know that, you'll begin to know what are their problems, their pain points, and their desires. What are the things that they need from you? And so if you know that, now the things that you're writing about on social media are in alignment with that problem or pain point. You're bringing that to their attention and letting them know that you actually have a result that you can offer them. Because ultimately, you're not selling them a product or service, you are serving them with a result. There is a result that you're offering them, and you are serving them by helping them get that result. So, the way that we do that with that all in mind is we actually encourage people to utilize a three-step kind of method of writing captions. We call it the triple S captivating caption method. And what this does is it takes from somebody from just kind of looking around, being a follower, to starting to engage. And the three steps are: first is stop the scroll. You've got to get them to stop scrolling through Facebook, Instagram, or LinkedIn. Now, of course, that has to do with the picture or the video, but the next step is, what are you going to write? How are you going to somehow capture them with your words? And the first couple of lines of no matter what social media platform you're working on are very crucial. And so stopping the scroll could be such as just saying, attention entrepreneurs, or attention radio listeners, or attention, right, just to get their attention. It could be asking them a question, such as, do you struggle with, right, pick a topic, whatever it is that you're working with.
Marketing.
Do you struggle with marketing? Do you have a difficult time with blank, right? So you're asking, sometime you're just getting their attention. That's the first step, stop the scroll. The second step is kind of the meat and potatoes of the caption, which is serve with insights. So you're serving them with some sort of information that's either it's informative, it's educational, it's transformative, or it's entertaining. It's got to be something that benefits your ideal client. And then the third section, the last part of the caption, is designed to spark a conversation. So you've got stop the scroll, serve with insights, and then spark a conversation. And a lot of business owners never spark a conversation. It's just like, I'm going to give you some type of information, and then that's it. So what we encourage our subscribers to do is to say, get them responding somehow. Get them to like, follow, share, save, DM, or go to a link. Okay, one of those 6 things. That's always something. Or tag someone. That's the 7th one. So you just want them to respond in somehow. So it could be tag a friend who needs to know this as well. Tag a friend who needs this encouragement. Drop your favorite emoji if you agree with this, idea. It could be a short yes or no answer. Do you love listening to the podcast? Was this last episode the most amazing thing ever? Or, right, short answer. Or you could do something longer, such as, tell me more about blank. Now, anything that requires a longer answer is going to get less response because less people are going to take the time to do that. That's why shorter answers, such as like, drop an emoji, or a short word, are going to be easier to use. Now, ultimately, the reason why you're wanting people to engage with your content is because 2 things happen. One, because the algorithm is based on engagement, the more people engage with your content, the more people are going to see your content. So that's number 1. Number 2, when someone engages with your content, you now have the opportunity to engage back with them. If they leave a comment, you've got to leave a comment back and just connect with them. If they drop an emoji, respond with another emoji or comment or something. And ultimately, you want to get them into your direct messages so that you can begin to build a relationship. So everything starts with the content, giving their attention, sparking a conversation, and then getting them into either your email or direct message or something on your website. All right. So it's all got to lead them to a next step, not just provide them with something and then pray that something good will happen,
Because what you have to have an end result. That's why I keep telling everybody, including my clients, you need to have an end result in mind. Where are you taking your clients from point A, the starting point of their journey, to the ending point of your journey? Am I
Absolutely.
correct? So,
Absolutely.
which reminds me, one of the things that my clients talk about are wanting to, they always have questions of. So how do I get them to register to my events? So I had to make sure that they're actually having a link to register, because I had one client who forgot to share the link, and we're like, well, that would explain why you're not getting registrations. So she fixed that, and that helped a lot. But anyway, but a lot of it is when you're promoting things like events, like webinars or podcasts or something of virtual like that, like something like that. What do you recommend to encourage people to how do you get them to go to your page? Is there a specific kind of formula, wording, or something that would work best or versus others?
Yeah.
So
Well, generally, there's two main strategies. You want to create either a fear of missing out or a sense of urgency. Save your spot. There's limited space. If there actually is limited space, there's the deadline is a certain time frame, right? So anything that's deadline related, which is a short time period, or some sort of fear of missing out, is going to provoke people to want to take action. And oftentimes that can be added with some sort of bonus. Bonuses run out at a certain time. The special offer runs out at a certain time. That's a great way to do it. In terms of the actual, clicking, I mean, if it's in Instagram, I just encourage people to put the link, in the caption, but it can't be anything longer than a regular URL. So our URL is riseupcreatives.com. If you, like you mentioned the free trial earlier, so the URL for that is riseupcreatives.com/free trial. That's something that somebody could probably remember. If it's bit.ly / David Trotter
XYZ, one, two,
yeah,
three. Yeah.
they're never going to get that. So either, having a link tree is a great idea. Linktree is a free resource that you
Really?
can. Mhm. Yep.
Oh,
There's
okay.
also an upgraded version, but you can have the free version. I think it's link.tr. And basically what it allows you to do is put a bunch of links on a kind of a little page, and then you grab that URL and you put that URL on your Instagram bio. And then when people go to your Instagram bio, they click it and it opens up this whole tree of links. And that's a great way to be able to drive people to whatever resources that you
So
might have.
but you recommend that over Bitly, correct? I mean, it's similar to Bitly, but it's better than.
It's totally different. Bitly is just a
Yeah.
link shortener, where Linktree is a way to house or kind of put all of these links together in the same place, so that it's easy to find. Actually, I gave the wrong URL. It's Linktree, but linktr.ee.
Right, correct.
And it's designed to be primarily for just Instagram. Yeah, and Bitly is just a link shortener. I actually prefer, for any of my clients that I work with in terms of one-on-one branding and marketing, if they're using WordPress, that they utilize a plugin called Pretty Links.
Oh, really?
And
Okay.
Pretty Links is a free plugin on WordPress, and you can then take your URL, such as riseupcreatives.com, and then put whatever you want after it. So like we have brand ambassadors and affiliates on Rise Up Creatives, and so they all just have their name after that, riseupcreatives.com / and then their name. It's very easy to utilize. And a lot of other platforms, whether you're using Shopify or Squarespace, they all have different plugins or methodologies of creating these shortened links.
Thank you for that. I'm gonna have to
Wonderful.
share that with my web developer. So yeah, because he's geeking out over plugins all the time. So
And
anyway,
Linktree's a lot of fun. Linktree's fun,
yeah.
and they have a free version that looks beautiful. You don't even need to spend a lot. And I just got an email from them. They're now adding payment options to Linktree, which is kind of wild.
Yeah.
If somebody doesn't have a payment system set up, I didn't go far into it, but
It's actually only $6 a month if you do the pro, so it's not that hugely expensive. So that's good to know. So yeah, I'm
David
gonna
is a
research.
wealth of information.
I know, and
I
I can't
know.
believe it's like 6 more minutes left of the show. So, Cheryl, do you have another question for him before we go
Yes,
to
I
go?
would love, David, you are the picture of health. I mean, you look so
Yes.
healthy and vibrant and full of energy, and you're so calm. I would love to know what your 5 daily habits are.
specifically business habits.
Well, it
Well,
doesn't have to be business. It could be
That's true. It could be personal, but it could be
personal
personal.
makes business.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, for me, the personal is actually the key, Cheryl, because if I am not in a place of peace or if I'm not in a place of health, I'm not going to be any good to my wife, my kids, my clients. So for me, it starts with a lot of sleep. I get 8 to 10 hours sleep every night.
Mm.
So I'm usually in bed by 8:30 or 9 o'clock. And I love my sleep. That's super important for me. The other is that when I get up, I take my meds and vitamins and supplements. So I actually take antidepressants and anti-anxiety medication every day. Have for the last 12 years since I kind of had my own, burnout experience, and that keeps me regulated and it keeps me feeling like I've got kind of a fighting chance at peace. Right? It's my responsibility to cultivate my own peace, but if I can also help my brain chemistry be regulated so that I'm in a peaceful place to start with, that helps me out a lot. The other is I drink a lot of water. I drink 1 to 2 gallons of water every day, and that's new for me. I up until May of last year, I drank a lot of Diet Dr. Pepper. I love Diet Dr. Pepper, and I would drink. I mean, honestly, probably 8 to 10 cans a day.
Oh, that's a lot.
And
that's a lot of the doctor.
Yeah, I love it.
Let's send you to the doctor.
all of my clients that are like health practitioners and doctors are like, Dave, you got to stop that. And so I just stopped it cold turkey last May, and I drink, a lot of water. And, frankly, I will tell you, people go, do you feel the difference? And I go, honestly, I don't feel any difference. But they say I'll live longer. And so that's cool.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
Another thing that's super important to me is I definitely live by a to-do list. Like that is my whole life is around a to-do list. And my wife knows that if it's not on my to-do list, she asks me to do something, it's not going to happen. So she's got to just say, is it on your list? Is it on your list? Because I love checking things off that list. And so, every afternoon, every evening, I mean, I go to bed and I know exactly what I'm doing the next morning. There's not a day that goes by where I don't, I go, well, what should I do today? This is not my personality. And it's also why I think I've been able to accomplish lots of different things.
Do you prioritize though? Because I find that if I prioritize and get the top 3 or 4 things done first, 3 to 5 things done first, then anything else is cake, icing on the cake or something. I don't know. Do you
Yeah.
follow that philosophy or?
It depends on the day. If I've got something that I don't really want to do, I force myself to do that first because I just get through that pain. But I always batch anything that requires mental effort before 1 o'clock, 1 or 2 o'clock. Because I find that after 1 or 2 o'clock, my mental capacity starts to kind of drop a little bit in terms of like really. So if it's writing, if it's doing any type of design work, if it's coaching calls, I try to have all of those in the morning when I'm really, at my best. So.
Makes sense to me. And then was there one more thing you wanted to share with that?
I think the fifth one would probably be just hanging out with my family. Like, I know that sounds kind of like, yeah, no duh, but like for me, my family is real grounding for me because I am such more of a type A, like, let's get things done, like let's make it happen. And so just by being with my family for dinner each evening, we tend to have dinner around the table at least 3 to 4 nights a week, where it's kind of quote unquote mandatory. We're like, hey, everybody's home, kids are home, and then there are other nights like Wednesday night's date night, Friday night, Saturday night, we're usually doing something either as a family or as a couple or something. But having that dinner time and talking about our day and our highs and lows are very important.
Yeah, we try to connect every day, and then we try to have, once a week, we try to either go out or spend Saturday as a family, as an evening, that sort of family night. So we try to do something. It could be with other people too, but we have to have that as togetherness. So I
Yeah.
totally get that and respect that. So I think we have to actually close the show, but before we close the show, Sarah, you want to share the gift that you want to share with our audience and how to get in touch with you real quick, and then we'll have to close. And then Cheryl, would you like to close the show?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, one, people can check out the podcast. We feature over 190 female entrepreneurs and leaders at Inspiration Rising, insporising.com. And then Rise Up Creatives is that tool to help you stand out and save time on social media. And it's a subscription platform. It's only $25 a month. So it's incredibly affordable. And I'd love to give you a 7-day free trial. It's not available on our website, but it is through this special link, which is riseupcreatives.com/free trial. So it's riseupcreatives.com/free trial.
Perfect. That's
Wonderful.
awesome. Thank you, David. And so, Cheryl, do you want me to?
Yes.
You want to go
Happy
ahead?
to. Thank you
Wanna go
so
ahead?
much, David Trotter. You have been
Thanks.
an amazing wealth of information, so much good stuff. And it sounds like you have a wonderful life. I like the way you live. And we are going to have another guest speaker on next week's show, providing more tips on how to set up your business and yourself for success. This ends this segment of our show. And until next time, your host, Marie Mason, and I am her co-host, Cheryl Bernstein, on Marketing Mindset Mastery. We're saying bye-bye for now. This ends this week's show. Bye.
Thanks, everyone. See you next week. We'll announce winners next.
Go to our radio page and check out the gifts from our speakers. We'll see you next time on Marketing Mindset Mastery with your host, Marie Mason.